Listen, I had to put new strings on this guitar. You remember the old CG3 guitar? That note is 2 whole tones below where a normal E string would be on a guitar. And this E string, well, it's not an E string, it's a G string, isn't it? That's 1.5 tones up. And I thought I would try an even fatter bass string. So just to remind you what we were dealing with, I had been using, let's put that there, the D'Addario Phosphorons light top, medium bottom, bluegrass acoustic guitar set. So this is 12s through 56, so it's pretty heavy in the bass. To give you an idea, the gauges involved, we got a 12, 16, 25 wound, 35, 45, 56. Tensions for these look like that. If you're playing in standard tuning, then from the first string, which is the high E string, treble E string, we got these tensions. So this is our reference when we're choosing to customize this set. And what I have done, this is covered in a previous video, for the middle 4 strings, 2 through 5, I tuned them like this, just using this set of strings. In other words, got a higher tension on from the B to C string. I got the right tension on the G string, and my lower C and G strings are a little slack, but they're okay. I had to use a lighter high G string because a 12, when you tune that up to a high G, is pretty tight and it's kind of uncomfortable to play. So I used a 10 there, and we get a tension that's very, very similar to if we were using this particular set of strings in standard tuning. For the bass, I had been using a 62, which I just happen to have in stock. But this time I ordered new strings, and I ordered direct from the D'Addario website. I ordered a 66. I also got a 64 and a 62 just in case that didn't work out, but I tried the 66 first and it did work out. So that looks like this. So I've now got a little over 25 pounds of tension when I'd normally be expecting about 29 if I was using standard tuning and this set of strings, right? But you focus, there we go. What was that like? Yeah, well, it wasn't the simplest thing, but it did work. So first of all, it didn't fit in the nut slot. So I had to go to my friend Brant at Boston Guitar Repair. He's quite here in the South End, quite close by on East Concord Street, something like that. Anyway, so he took his StewMac nut slotting files to my nut here and made that nut slot a little wider. That's now at big enough so that this 66 can fit in there. Next problem, that string only just fits through the tuner hole on this guitar. It does in fact fit through, so I didn't really have a problem. But pay attention, if yours doesn't fit through, you're going to have to either choose a narrow gauge, or you can in fact remove the winding, the wound casing around here, because these are steel core, and then there's a wire, phosphor-bronze wire that's wound around that. If you remove just exactly the right length of that phosphor-bronze wire, then you can hook that onto your tuner and tune it up, and you should be all right. So that's a possibility too. I also had difficulty down at this end, fitting that in. I was seeing like a good ½ an inch on this. What do you call that? That's not a peg. That's a pin, right? Pin. That was a problem. So I had to file that down and then sand it down. You can see it's still a bit high, right? You see that at all? But it's fine. That's about where it was with the 62 in there anyway, without the adjustment in the tuning. And so, was it worth it? Yes. Why? First of all, the extra tension makes it sound nicer. It sounds louder, but it's gotten better tuning stability. Remember, I was complaining previously about how if you plug softly, it's a little flatter. If you plug hard, it's a little sharper. Well, that's still true here. It's true for all strings, but it's less so, significantly less so. I still recommend tuning the bass string by ear rather than using the electronics in order to get the effect that you want, because you can go a little, there's a little wiggle room there. It's a little harder to pull it out of tune by mistake, so that's nice. Do you remember this tune? So you know that's hard to play in tune with the slacker string. It sounds fine. It feels fine under the fingers. It's got more resistance to to bending. So all in all, I'd say it's a win. What do you think? Lucy wants to get fed. Oops, dropped my pick. It's about time to stop playing, I guess.